the actual loot pool. I don't know why all my
Message in. Better, your mic's off.
I was about to say, I've been talking all this time. Why haven't you been able to hear me?
Oh,
It's
by
like,
the way,
your mic's muted. Have you
why
cool
are you
kids?
Why are you playing this? Why are you
Because
playing this island? Why not Legoland?
Legoland. This is on expert mode.
Yeah, I know, and I want to respawn.
Yeah, there's no respawning in this.
Wait, how long have you been playing this game for? How long have you been playing this island for?
Since the beginning of this weekend. Meet me at the bus station unmarked.
So since the beginning of this weekend, so today.
Bro, you're going in the wrong direction.
Can we not play this?
I'm tired. So
I know I'm gonna die.
just don't die.
If I die, will you leave?
No.
Well, if I die by accident, will you leave?
Still no. Join. Do you not have a totem of dying? We need to find
No.
triggerfish. Triggerfish just abandoned.
Wait, where are we going?
To my base.
Is there a totem of undying there?
No.
Aw.
I'm just kidding. Yes, there is. I make them. Also, no stealing from chests, no blowing up bases, stuff, all the basic stuff like that. A lot of people play on this world. A lot of people play on this world. So, no blowing up bases, no stealing from chests, yada yada.
That Prince Charlie guy.
Huh?
Yeah, Prince Charlie.
What?
No, Prince Charlie. Remember him?
Nope.
How can you not remember him? The massacre he did
Well,
on Legoland.
the thing is, on this thing, you die permanently. So, you're permanently banned from this world if you die.
Can you unban people? Says you're the owner.
No, there's no way to unban people. Here, come over, turn, take it, equip it.
How is this only a common?
Because, yeah, come on, go.
Go where?
So, follow me.
Can I live with you? I don't feel safe.
Nope, there's a rebel village. There's a rebel village. You can stay for the night. I'll take you to it.
The rebel village.
Huh?
I don't want to see at the rebel village.
Why not?
I don't want to.
Yeah, just follow me in the bus station. Quickly.
No, we're not gonna make it in time. Bye. Well, I'm cruise. It's getting to night time. Oh, Oh no, I'm cooked. I hear a monster. Uh,
You should have
this
joined the
is
bus station thing. Now I have to do this all over again.
no, I'll just go where you went. A chicken!
Yes, but I need
Oh,
to show you where the rebel village is. Because
and I'll be marked on the map. Okay, where am I going?
bus station. You're going to the red bus station with the rebel
Where's
logo on it.
the
Bottom of the map.
I see it. And I'm gonna quickly go to the toilet. I'll be right back.
There's brutes, you know. This is probably a bad time.
Back. Meta. Please don't tell me you muted your mic again.
I did, but now there's a anyway. Start the bus station. Start the bus station. Start the blooming bus station. Start it now. Start it now. Join the bus station right now. Join it and run. Run. Do you not know what run means? Do you not know what run means?
Come on, we'll be fine.
It one-shots you with anything, and I cannot res you. I will. You have no
Why
survival
didn't you shoot
instinct.
it? Why didn't you shoot it?
Oh, wait, maybe because it has basically infinite health. Go to my marker. You have no survival instincts. If you die and then die again, you can't even blame me because I've already tried to help you. Do you not know what gliding is? Oh my. You are supposed to land near the marker. Get over there without dying. If you die, then womp womp. I can't even be bothered to. Can you stop watching YouTube shorts? Or
No,
whatever.
I'm heading to you while I watch them.
Because I don't want to have to mute your mic, but it's very, very annoying.
Fine. Now he's think about me on my own. The speed I get so. You can sleep, baby, I know. It's that me espresso. About a message and you nearly killed me.
No, there's no PvP damage. I don't know
Oh
what
no,
you
but when
think
you
you
drop
do.
down the tree, when you drop in the tree, right?
Yeah, it doesn't do there's no PvP damage, so if I break something, it won't hurt you.
And you only landed on me though.
Huh?
Oh, where's truly? Oh, there's no PvP damage. I'm just trying to
Because
test. I
there's
don't
only
have
one
anything against
life.
you. Oh, so if you have a lacey, but I don't care. Oh, I didn't know you could do this.
Yeah, it's new ability.
Can you do that with your lightsaber?
Yep. See.
Not cool though, you do it. It's not working. Yeah, it's not as cool as mine though.
No. It's much cooler than yours.
Hey, what's this? Is this a rebel?
Yep, this is the rebel base. See, like I said,
Who's this?
just
Who's
take
this
this
kid?
bit. A lot of people come here.
Wait, why are the best claimed by another player? And why the best claimed by another player is special? I want a special bit like them.
Well, you just joined the world. These kids have been here since Saturday. No, since Sunday.
Wait, have you been playing it for a week?
Nope, since Friday.
Anyway.
Talk to this person
Oh,
for
I
about
found
inviting
a
on.
today. Sorry. But
Talk, talk,
fine. If you will give me a special bedroom, I'll build one myself. Let me
talk to Captain
find.
Barbara for binoculars.
Okay,
Yada yada
10 wood. 10 wood.
yada yada. We have to get 3
Now he's.
DL-44s.
Think about me and my own. The speed I get so. You can see, baby, I know. With that me espresso. I carry
Okay, I'm muting you.
away.
I can't do this.
I shut up.
I had to deal with kids, like 8 kids yesterday. And then you here are making me have to listen to this nonsense again.
Daddy, think about me and my own. With that sweet, I guess so. You guys. Bro! Bro, chill! Chill, bro, it's just a joke! I'm sorry, bro.
This rain represents my feelings toward you.
There we go, finally. Hello?
My game crashed.
Quick question.
Yep.
What was I gonna ask again? Oh, I've totally forgot.
I'm gonna. Hey, you want me go to? Where's the place? There's the place. You want to help me go here? Once you loot up, and by loot
What's
up, I
there?
mean, actually, you need to loot up. You have nothing
Okay, I'll run over there then.
because you're just gonna die instantly.
I'm gonna say what?
You're gonna die instantly. You have nothing. You need to get health charms, stuff like that.
To be honest, I can't argue with that. Kind of like the only weapon I have is a wooden dagger.
Yeah. You don't even have a stone sword.
This is where I like Legoland more.
Oh yeah, the place where you get to respawn constantly, where things are all easy.
Cause why did you turn like this?
I just got
This
bored because
actually
there was no
turned so
fighting.
challenging.
It wasn't challenging either. It's very easy. There's
I don't
no
see how
one.
this could be so hard though.
Oh, you don't see how you can be so hard. This could be so hard. Well, sorry. If you going to one of the most dangerous biomes isn't gonna be too hard. You do know if you die, then you only have one life left.
Yeah, but if I'm a pro, I can just build another one easily.
Nope, it's not that easy, especially with your loot.
I said when I'm a pro.
You're not a pro.
I said when I'm a pro.
What you mean? When I will never be a pro? What are you laughing about?
I need help. I'm going to help me.
No, I think you got this.
I'm gonna die to these guys. You're not normal enemies.
Oh, really? I didn't notice.
You're not skeletons.
Yeah, I didn't notice. Oh, really? Also, why in the world?
I'm cooked. What, do you want me to fight the mic?
Oh yeah, you. Good luck.
Bro, help me.
Yeah, me and Meowscles are just gonna stand here. Oh, you're definitely not fighting those guys.
Escape.
I'm just gonna drop this. Drop
take this guy.
this.
Oh, there's my kill. Can I go in here?
If you go in there, then you're probably definitely gonna die.
I managed to heal up. Ooh, can I break you?
Nope.
No. Why am I cold randomly?
Because this is a cold
Good,
vial.
I came prepared.
Don't give it back. No, give it
Yes,
back
yeah.
again. You didn't give it back.
I did. Oh my god. I gave it back and it's not my fault you didn't get it.
It-
By the way, I don't want your shells.
Those are useful for health charms, you know.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, I
definitely don't
forgot
go in
that.
here. It's freezing.
How cold? It can't be too cold.
Like, you're gonna die sooner
Oh
rather
no,
than
it's
later.
not too bad. I have a torch, remember?
Yeah, you have fun.
Oh well.
Uh,
It's not even that bad.
you say
Oh
that
yeah, I
now.
just remembered I don't have a pickaxe.
Oh, really? I'm gonna return to my base and then I'm gonna return here. Don't die. Get out of that cave. Get out of that system. Go
No, I
back.
don't.
Get materials at the base, at the rebel outpost. There's stuff you can use. Like, there's stuff, there's crafting benches and stuff like that that you can use at the rebel base.
Oh.
Just don't die.
I'm still standing.
As of now, I'm going to go ahead and return to my base since my inventory is practically full. And yeah, I'll make.
Oh, of course I need to hunt down a whole entire wolf. Give me a second while I hunt down a wolf.
That's. Is it a bone wolf?
No. I just need a wolf claw. Of any kind.
Well, I have tons of them. I'll give you one.
I need to get a pickaxe so I can get better lit.
Yeah, I'll give you a wolf claw once you make it here.
Oh, I thought you said you were coming to me.
No, I'm going to here.
Ow, that hurt. Oh no, it's a spider. I'm fighting. It's a storm spider though.
Storm spiders are just as easy as normal spiders.
Yeah, I know. Oh, where's my storm core? Give me that. You come back here, wherever you are. Oh, you just ran away from me and that's it. How long until I get into you? I don't want to run all the way back, but I guess I am.
So,
Oh yeah, you just leave me behind like you
Yep.
always do.
that's exactly what I'm doing. I'll come back here, but as of now, I am going to my base, storing my loot. I'll come back as soon as I
Your base
can.
is well, your base is here though.
No, this is the rebel base. This is the
Well, your
everyone's.
bed was there. Your bed was there.
Yeah, my bed is there, but it doesn't really matter because I'm not going to be dying anytime soon. So I won't be needing a bed other than for resting. And plus, I did not come prepared for ice biome. Those,
Oh no, boom wolf.
then just avoid the bone wolf. It's that easy. They one
I
shot.
wanna fight it.
They one shot you.
Oh, okay, I'm fine then.
They do half my health.
Oh, okay, I'm fine. What? Oh, but I'm not. Okay, you can. I'll see here.
Okay, I'll leave you here until you come back.
Okay,
That'll be tomorrow morning.
I'm fine. If I need help. Well, you're actually leaving me, like. Yeah, I didn't think so.
No, I'm putting away my loot so I can get to you as soon as possible.
Do you know spite?
I know, but you put this thing at the worst possible time.
No, but that's what happens in life.
No, yay. My dog.
Right, come on, let's go. Come on, we have to go.
Gotta go, Meta.
Okay.
Bye bye.
Yeah, see ya.
I'm gonna lay at Rebel Base though. Right there.
Come on, son, hurry up. I'm going away quickly.
Okay, I'm at Rebel Base now. Bye.
Bye. See ya.
Shot. I don't find it interesting to hopefully find a real player. Now, your skill rating will depend on the number of games. It'll take an average of every game. Sometimes in certain games it'll take the highest or lowest. That's usually how it goes. There's an average between everyone within your group for when you play. So if everyone is really good at the game, you'll probably actually find more players often, which is a sign that your team's rating is way higher. But the one issue with this is that there's certain players that are just not that good, and they hold the rating down to a certain level that will never go back up. So you'll end up fighting more bots. Honestly, I hope we can figure out some broken bots. Ranked is definitely not the answer. I remember Leo saying a suggestion of having longer queue times to just not have bots. I don't even think that that's necessary. Maybe the SBMM brackets need to ease up a little bit and allow for a diverse set of players. You can get rid of the ranked modes and just allow you to queue with no bots. Chapter 6 Zero build should be the same. There's no tournaments for these, so it doesn't make sense to have a ranked mode. Maybe because so many people love bots, there's no solution other than just accepting that bots are in the game. Making this video, Lynn came out with his own video talking about 50-50, and I highly suggest you go and watch that video after this, but a really big thing to point out is that he talks about how the matches feel very real, and the reason that bots are not in that mode. We have LTMs in the past, like in Chapter 3 and 4, when SBMM has been a thing since then. It was a known fact that it just wasn't there. They didn't have it in the LTMs because there wasn't enough players. And believe me, something that does not work for your mode is putting ranked modes. That's stupid. Also, zero builds? Why do we do that? I think Courage brought up a good point. Bots should just be eliminated by a certain storm circle, so your last kill isn't so boring. Maybe they can make bots a little bit better. You know, the AI can improve. Just need to do that. They gotta build boxes. Before it was like a ball and you get right away, but it's taken them that long to finally learn how to box up with it. 5 years of them being here. I can put up with the bots. I just don't like having them. It's not fun for me. I hope Epic can maybe figure something out, or enough of the community to say something. But realistically, I think it is a true statement back that bots are probably here to stay, and the amount of them is probably going to increase as we get more metaverse modes and whatever else they add to the game. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I want to thank all my members for supporting the channel, and yeah, I guess that's it. I don't really have anything else to say, so hope you guys have a good rest of your day. See ya. Original Fortnite players have some of the worst and most unoptimal binds. In fact, they almost all play on completely awkward binds that make little to no sense, like scroll and jigs, and usually scroll will the switch all 4 of its build pieces. The optimal bind trap is one that I fell for back when I played controller, and I fell again when I switched controller, there just aren't that many buttons, and there are a lot of binds. On a controller with no paddles, I found it impossible to have good movement since jumping requires you to press the A button with your thumb, or possibly use your index finger if you play with the button. So this forced me to find a controller paddle or back. But I found the issue with this was that pressing A to back paddle, press it fast enough to put any kind of back to the L1 button, which meant I and I realized that top of the controller, really large strength, and ring finger, the bottom 2 fingers, and well, under one button, like even never really did that. I fixed one problem, like then I had to create another, and this cycle would continue. And although it does not help that 99% of controllers break after a few months, especially ones with good paddles, still moving to keyboard and mouse was my fix for this, and it has more buttons, so obviously the same issue wouldn't happen again. Right? Typically, there are 6 major binds in one spread across as many fingers as possible. The 4 build binds, edit, and shotgun. Outside of the movement keys, these are the 6 binds that every single player will press the most. So if these binds are awkward, down your mechanics. Of course, there are a lot of other important binds like jump, assault rifle button, and crouch. These aren't ones that people typically optimize for. They're usually secondary. On keyboard and mouse, most players try to spread these 6 major binds out across 2 of their mouse side buttons and the fingers on their left hand as much as possible. In theory, this makes a lot of sense. It's a bad idea to have 2 hands on one finger and take the blade finger from one button to another. If there's already another finger on that button, the blade is removed. If, for example, you use your floor on E and then your cone on C, you could press both of these with your index finger, but it's much easier to press index and then C with your thumb. Try this on the surface, but don't do this on the keyboard. You've got to front of you because you're probably just have throughout this video. Tap one finger back and forth as if you had 2 buttons there that you were pressing. Now try it as fast as you can. Now try to push these 2 imaginary buttons with 2 fingers instead, alternating between the 2. You'll almost definitely notice that there's just no way one finger can be as fast as 2. Everything I've said so far sounds in theory, and I'm sure you all agree because I'm always right. So does it make sense that people want to be fast on this buttons and edit on one finger? Well, in order to understand this, you first need to understand the big problem with keyboard and mouse buttons. One of the biggest issues that I bring, to be honest, when I switched from controller is the movement. You're putting a controller with your left thumb and push the joystick, leaving the other 4 fingers on a hand to press whatever buttons you want. But on the keyboard and mouse, you use your index, middle, and ring finger to move. Given your right hand is on the mouse and not the keyboard, this means that the 4 fingers free to press any other keyboard buttons is the little finger and the thumb on your left hand. So in order to press a lot of the binds, you have to take your fingers off of the page D in order to hit these buttons, which limits your movement. For example, if you want to press A, and then you use your index finger, but your index finger is what you use to press D when you use the right. The vast majority of players cannot walk to the right and edit at the same time, which is a big limitation. What binds you limited in some way. Pro player Queasy has wall bound Q, so he can't place a wall whilst walking to the left, and he also
also has floors back to R and stairs down to E. And then to the right one, the index finger. Nico won FCS last season, used his thumb to press X and C, which are spines from wall to floor. His little finger to press Shift and forward, then had his stairs on his mouse sidebar. In any direction and press any of his build buttons, as none of these use his waxed fingers. But this still means that he has 2 buttons built to 1 finger, which is on his thumb. And I'll be honest, I don't know how he builds this fast with his thumb and doesn't accidentally match the spacebar all the time. But even this layout still has problems. If you're watching 3 buildings will hopefully see how things like his code all place at the same time, since he can press both these buttons with 2 different fingers. If you watch him place a wall and a floor, there's actually a bit of a noticeable delay between these 2, as he has to move his thumb, C, X, then to edit with E, he still has to move his index finger off of D. So like most people, he can walk to the right and edit. And then there's also Scroll, with just under $75,000 earned, has all 4 of his build buttons on his mouse. Scroll presses Q to switch between his weapons to open his menu, and then uses the scroll wheel to select which build he wants to place. It also seems like he doesn't have reset building choice enabled either, which means that when he switches to his build bar, it doesn't automatically reset to wall like it does for on controller. Then it pulls out the last build piece he used, and then he has to scroll up or down the extension to that, and then he uses his mouse, which allows him to press the floor and then quickly bring the double instantly. All by it's not Peter Bob, okay? His mechanics are not that correct. He builds way less than any other player. Slowly, he understands angle and pace very well. And he's really good at getting in the box. His aim is amazing, and because of this, he is phenomenal movement because he's not really limited by his left hand. He plays to his strengths. Now, speaking of Peter Bob, his solutions to keyboards and problems is one I haven't seen any other pro player do, and it's probably one I would recommend. Is the blind on E, Y, N, and H, and it bind on. Looking at that keyboard, you'll notice that this looks incredibly inefficient, yet he's literally the fastest competitive player. When I asked him how he does this, he told me that he uses his index finger to hit T for wall, Y for floor, F for stairs, G for edit, all of his weapon and inventory slots outside of his shotgun, which is on his mouse. Then, in order to hit the cone on V, he also uses his thumb. So this means that he hits 4 of the 6 major buttons with 1 finger, which on the surface seems fairly inefficient. Now, if you try this, you'll realize this is a massive stretch, and it just feels incredibly uncomfortable. Perhaps he meant to walk to the right and all with his index finger whilst hitting these buttons, but the way that people achieve this is actually by using a traditional WASD setup. He uses his little, ring, and middle fingers to press WASD instead of the ring, middle, and index. This frees up his index finger to hit all of these buttons as he likes, and there may be some validity to this. Any musician out there will know how useless these little fingers is in comparison to any other finger, so restricting it to literally just walking left with A and reloading with Q actually makes a lot of sense. In terms of dexterity, which is the skill in performing a task, the little finger is the slowest and the weakest, but strength and speed aren't the only important factors. Individualization is also incredibly important. Now try this out. Straighten and bend your ring finger. You'll see that your middle finger also moves a little bit, and the opposite is also true if you move your middle finger. Now remember when I said I struggled with the stretch and tension in my hand when I was playing this battle back in the controller? This is exactly why. These 2 fingers are connected by a pin in the middle, and they can move independent of one another. Now this doesn't make these 2 fingers useless by any means. It goes to show the importance of the index finger and the thumb, since these can move entirely independent of the other fingers, and they're strong, unlike that finger. With this in mind, it isn't entirely surprising that Peterbot can have nearly all of his 6 major buttons just spread across these 2, as they are 2 of the most versatile fingers. All of these players I've mentioned have something inefficient with their buttons. That's because there are no optimal buttons. Every single link is not an issue, but this isn't actually the trap. The trap is thinking that you'll massively improve if you switch to optimal buttons, which also, as I mentioned, doesn't exist. You've been watching my videos for a while. Let's say I'm 2 videos in each 23, switching to optimal buttons. Sure, I move my hands to the middle of the keyboard, so I use my thumb to hit right alt easier for the code. And this means that my movement buttons would be UHGK instead of WASD, but I move my fork right to Y instead of K, so that my ring finger moves between Y and H to left and right. This frees up my index to edit faster, which is on K, which means I, unlike a lot of these other players, can walk to the right as I edit. Now, I have absolutely improved the last 2 years. My mechanics now are way better than they ever have been. But is this really because of the fact that I switch my binds, or because I've just been playing for another 2 years on top of that? Even with the binds I have now, which are about as optimal as I can get them myself, I still have to press I for floor with my index, which means there's still 2 major binds on the same finger. Like I said, there are no such thing as completely optimal binds. Overhauling my binds took around 4 months to get used to. Today, I'm still changing minor binds around like infantry and map traps when I activate them. But what if I just stayed with my old binds? Well, that's what Peter Bond did. This video is from the 2nd of August, which is one which is just under 4 years ago. Notice his strange binds were the same back then as they are now. He may have changed something around small like I did, but the main major binds are exactly the same. Just like my optimal binds are not the reason I'm some cheats. That's unfortunately just not me. The big young count said it best 5 years ago. Optimal binds are linked, and if you change binds, you are stupid. Now, I don't necessarily agree that changing them makes you stupid, but changing them and thinking you're going to be an entirely different breed of player just isn't true. This is the trap of optimal binds. With this being said, a lot of people will be wondering what are the best. And I think looking at Ethan, Cooper, and O'Reilly's makes the most sense. They're all some of the most mechanical players out there, and their binds are extremely efficient. These players, similar to Peter Bond, have all been using these binds for over 3 years. They all have one build bind on C, which they hit with their thumb. Then 2 of the build binds are on their mouse side buttons, but in Vico's case, he has 2 on his thumb, which is C and X, as we said earlier. Then they all also use left shift for cone, which they hit with their little finger. So basically, no build binds on any of the movement fingers. Both Vico and Noah use their index finger for editing, which makes sense, as this is the finger you need to be the fastest with. Then Cooper strangely uses his thumb to edit on V. Q for shotgun makes the most sense, which Cooper and Vico use, as you can just hit your edit with your index finger and then quickly pull out your shotgun using your ring finger on Q. So my suggested optimal quote-unquote binds are basically what Cooper uses, but with edit on X, as most people probably won't be as accurate with edit and walk on their thumb. Now, Peterbot binds may be very strange, but they're not the reason he's the player he is. If you want to find out why it's literally impossible to beat Peterbot, click on this video on screen right now.
Yo! What the heck? Wait. The island and continue.
Decided to officially unveil their new upcoming Star Wars game ahead of Star Wars Celebration, a project that was leaked to the public a couple of weeks ago. Disney released its first ever art of the game, featuring a droid, a Jedi, a trooper, and a scoundrel, describing them as a ragtag team set during Clone Wars. Now, we have seen prototype models resemble these characters in the leaks when the project was dubbed Star Wars Bruno. One of the most notable things suggested that Bo-Katan, in her Mandalorian armor, was a controllable team member. But returning to the official artwork, it doesn't look like her armor, nor the clan symbol on the shoulder. So perhaps she's been swapped out for lore purposes, or a change in direction for the story. But it's set in the Clone Wars, and in the prototype, she's wearing her knight armor. So whether the game loops in with her, Darth Maul, and the Death Watch is something to keep an eye on during the hour-long panel at Star Wars Celebration on the 19th of April. We know this game will pretty much be XCOM. 15 developers on the project from Interactive Games, including the co-founder. Not to mention that they've taken interviews last year discussing the influence of that series to this game. And judging by how profitable XCOM 2 was, I wouldn't be surprised if this game will have a long time running group of hardcore fans for years to come. Somewhat similar to Star Wars Empire War Achieve. But what are your thoughts about the game's XCOM influence? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Or for more Star Wars shorts, you can check out this one. End screen now.
In this video, I'll be living like a rich and famous person by literally doing experiences that only the rich and famous can do. I'm talking about things like flying on a private helicopter to skip over traffic and go into New York City, having my own personal shopper and protection that basically follows me around everywhere I go, and even trying to get onto the most exclusive dating app that quite literally only celebrities and famous people can get on. It's going to be crazy. We're going to peek behind the curtain of how these people actually live. I'm excited to try it out myself, so without further ado, grab your popcorn and let's do this. Have you ever wondered how the rich and famous get through traffic so easily? It seems like they're never sitting in traffic for 2, 3, 4 hours to get their tunnel to a major city. Well, the reason being isn't because of some underground tunnel. It's actually quite the opposite. They go above ground. But I'm not talking private jets. I'm talking private helicopters. In fact, they actually have Uber with helicopters. It's called Blade, and it's exclusively used by people who can afford it because it does get quite expensive. So what will I be doing? Taking a Blade from Newark Airport in New Jersey all the way to New York City on West 30th Street, because apparently it's a 5-minute flight and you skip over 45 minutes of traffic. I'll be going during prime time, which is going to be rush hour in the morning around like 8, 9, 10 o'clock, and I'm going to skip over everything apparently. So I'm really excited for this. This is what it looks like. So here's the website, Blade. They have a lot of different locations, so they're even in Europe too, which is kind of cool. You can go from Nice to Monaco, you can go from Monte Carlo to like Cannes Film Festival, Hampton, all these like crazy places. I'll be going, like I said, from New Jersey Jersey to New York, because I'm going to be filming some other stuff there. And just to show what the cost would look like, it's $300 per passenger. So if you and your buddies want to go to New York Airport after a flight, for instance, to go right into New York City, it's going to cost you $300 per person with fees, maybe like $375 if you have some sort of insurance. So it's basically like a plane ticket to go about 30 minutes, which we'll see if it's worth it. Maybe you have a bunch of money, it's worth doing the helicopter. So it'd be 5 minutes versus like 45 to an hour. So I guess you could save some time. If your time is worth $300 an hour, maybe it's worth it. I'm excited for this though. So we have it booked. Let's jump right to it. All right, so we officially arrived at Newark Airport in New Jersey, and this is like its own separate terminal. So it's the Signature Aviation Terminal. This is where the Blade is going to pick us up. We have an Escalade waiting for us. It's going to take us to the Blade Lounge, and then from there, we're going to ultimately board the helicopter. I think there's no security or anything. You just like hop on, put your luggage, and go. So really nice without TSA. This should be a really good time. So I'm pumped about this. So far, so good. So we didn't charter the helicopter entirely. So I think there's actually going to be random people with us on the helicopter, which makes no sense to me because I didn't think more than like 3 people could fit on the helicopter. Well, we're about to see right now. So that's our Blade right there. So let's go ahead and start this. So after I entered the private terminal and checked in, they then directed me to the Blade Lounge where I then met up with the representative. It was actually really cool. As you can see, everything from the art on the walls, the actual couch seemed really modern, like a really cool touch to it. The Blade representative was really awesome and accommodating as well. He gave us water, then he even gave us this really cool hat that I now have. We just arrived just on Brewster Road. Didn't go to like a main terminal. Now we're just in the lab. Everything. Got some water, checked in, got our wristbands, and then we're going to be boarding sometime in 15-20 minutes. And then it's like a 5-10 minute flight into New York City. We're good to go. All right, let's meet up with our pilot Miguel. So we're boarding right now. So when our helicopter was ready, we walked directly on the tarmac, heading over to our helicopter, and they're actually pretty strict about showing some of the sensitive information on the aircraft. So we obviously had to blur that. And here we are now approaching the aircraft. You'll see the helicopter right there. That's the one we're going to be taking for this 10-minute ride. And when you get up to this thing, it is crazy. That thing is spinning so fast. I mean, it's obviously not going to be captured on camera because we shoot at 60 FPS, and that thing goes way faster than that. But anyways, we got into the helicopter. This thing was so loud. We had to put on these like earphones. Then we had to obviously strap in their seatbelts. And then we were ready to depart. All right, guys. So we're about to depart. It's super loud. So I'm not sure if I'm getting picked up. But yeah, this is kind of crazy. This is a very cool experience so far. I can see why a lot of rich and famous people do this. Because as you can see, we are skipping over all of the traffic going into New York City. So shout out to Blade, so far so good. And it's only a 5-minute ride, so there's like 3 more minutes left. Shout out to Miguel, our pilot. He's killing it right now. I think he's behind me. I can't look because it's kind of constrained. Yeah, this is really cool. You do not want to stand in front of one of these things. All right, looks like we are arriving to New York City now. There's the skylines. We are taller than the buildings. So how high up? We're probably like 300-400 feet in the air. We're about to land on the west side. So there's the Freedom Tower. All right, so I see the helipad landing area. It's going to be right down there. Let's see how this land goes. All right, we're about to touch down. And we're here. So when you arrive into New York City, they have another lounge here on West 30th, which is what you just saw. Flight super smooth, about 5-10 minutes total. Miguel, great pilot. So we were able to get right onto the helipad. No traffic in the sky, it looked like. Really beautiful day, too. I'm sure you saw the entire skyline. Just a really cool experience, just front to bottom. Like, really enjoyed it. And now we're meeting up with a familiar face who's going to be escorting us as private security. Now, some of you guys may be able to guess for this next exclusive activity, since we are landing in New York City off of a helicopter, and since we're rolling like famous people, we got to be protected like famous people. We are bringing back George. All right, there he is. What's up? Good to see you, George. How are you? Everything's good. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, thanks for picking us up again, man. Hey, Julian, what's going on, man? How are you? Good to see you again. Thanks for picking us up. Yeah, no problem. So George is part of the protector team. City, and here in LA as well. They took us to other spots. So I'm excited to see George again. He was going to guide us throughout New York City, so that we can get to and from places pretty easily. Got our Saratoga water. I didn't even realize Saratoga was sparkling, which means that Ashton Hall is dipping his face in sparkling water every morning. Why did I have no idea? It's stupid. I think that's an underrated portion of it. Alright, so we're in Osaka. He's going to wrap Central Park, and George is going to protect me. Last time we were in Times Square, so it's super hectic. This would be a bit more chill, but never know these tours. It was also nice. We walked all around Central Park, and he was just there, kind of like accommodating and walking. I told him like there wasn't really much to do this time around, but still, of course, always off guard. Professionals, though, as always, shout out. And we approached the plaza, one of the most exclusive hotels where a lot of diplomats and politicians stay. This is the lobby of the plaza. Really beautiful. They have flowers everywhere, a lot of gold. Luxurious kind of things with like old tables. We're gonna go in there, see what else they got. I think they have high tea. So that's for registered hotel guests only. So we can't go any further than here. The plaza has the tallest door I've ever seen. It's probably like a 15-foot difference reference. I'm 6'6". Then it was time to move on to one of the most exclusive things that very few people do, a personal shopper. So if you've never heard of a personal shopper, don't feel bad because I also just learned about it a couple of days ago. But basically a personal shopper is somebody who accompanies you and helps you with your fashion and your style as you go shopping throughout different stores. And in this case, I found New York City's literal best personal shopper and stylist, Amanda Sanders. I mean, she's like super highly regarded. She's New York City's best personal shopper. And if you go in here, she's had a ton of celebrity clients. And here's a couple right here. We got Jamie Foxx, right? We got Gwyneth Paltrow. We got Jennifer Coolidge. We got Dr. Phil. Honestly, pretty crazy her lineup here. So there she is, Amanda Sanders. I'll be meeting up with her right now, and I'm very much looking forward to it. It's going to be fun. I have no idea what's going to happen then. But hey, this is how celebrities and rich people live their lives. It's very exclusive to have a personal shopper account. So let's see how it goes. All right, so Amanda just accepted the personal shopping request. So I'm going to be meeting up with her tomorrow. And she sent me over this questionnaire. So it's super thorough. It says questionnaire for image consultation. So get ready for your personal transformation. And there's a lot of personal information here, but let's run through this. All right, so they have things like height, weight, hair color, eye color, skin tone, white, ethnicity, white. Do you wear glasses or contacts? No. How'd you hear about it? Internet. What has been your yearly budget? Honestly, probably less than $5,000. Maybe $5,000 to $10,000 if I got like a nice jacket one year that was like $400. Maybe like in total it could be around there. I'd say less than $5,000. Please describe your haircut. I would say my hair is a strong point for me. Perfect. Have you ever had? Are you considering cosmetic procedures? No. Maybe. Provide more details. Height, length, and no, I'm just kidding. Let's go with no. What would you like to accomplish most in our first session together? Let's say a download on my style. All right, so that's it. So I'm going to submit this to Amanda tomorrow. I'm excited to see how it goes. I want to see celebrities get their style. If you ever look at a celebrity on a red carpet, wow, they look good. How do they look so good in these interviews? Who's styling them? Well, now we know. And I'm about to get styled tomorrow. We'll see what I end up looking like. Hey, how are you, Amanda? Nice to meet you, Sam. All right, so this is Amanda. She's going to be my personal stylist in 2 hours. So Amanda, as my personal stylist and shopper for the day, rented out an entire portion of Rothman's, which is like a really nice experience. And as you can see, there's a lot of really cool folks here at Rothman's, but we're going to get the back and be effectively in front. That's just Amanda is my personal stylist and shopper for the day. I think it means that's like my outfit. This is what she said. So I wear this every single day. So what like rate my outfit piece by piece, that you can brutally honest.
Okay. Great shape. Right up.
Good show more.
Yeah. So I actually don't think the pants fit poorly. I think it's a good fit. They're a little long.
Little long.
Tucking into your shoe.
Okay.
And I would put them over white.
Really? Wow, that's a surprise. I usually think in my head that this is good because of the contrast.
Okay. So like, all the things my rule, when the shoe matches the pants, it gives the same. Yeah, that dark shoe, like
My mind. I don't know about you guys, but white shoes for the longest time I thought looked really clean, but it's apparently making me look shorter, especially because I have like a whiter hat on and then white shoes. Like I'm basically losing about a foot off of my height. She said instead to focus on the value. So if you're wearing stuff like black pants, you want to have a darker shoe that's either black or navy blue or maybe a dark brown or a dark gray, which in my mind doesn't make sense because I thought black and navy blue shouldn't go together, but I was wrong. So she made me slip into these navy blue loafers and you'll see right off the bat, I think I look a lot better. Granted, I wasn't really trying because I was like walking around for the day, so I wasn't like considering style too much. But nonetheless, I thought this one simple change was actually really effective. I see what you mean though. Like now that you put this in my brain, I don't like white anymore. I don't know, at least when it's with darker colors.
Right. But if you were to wear like all white or values of whether
Like a beige or like
exactly.
does white and khaki go in that?
Yes.
Okay. Another interesting interesting thing is that Amanda called out that all of my sizes are wrong. So she says most guys, in fact, are wearing the wrong size. So we're probably wearing something that's either too big or too small. And I think we overestimated things like shoe size, jacket size, t-shirt size. So for somebody who thinks you're a large, you're realistically probably a medium. You're just not finding the right fitting shirt. And I think all of this made a difference. I mean, look at the before and then look at the after. I think I look a lot better in the after. There's still a lot of questions to ask her, of course. And so I wanted to use the time to ask her about a lot of fashion faux pas. And would you say, like, you get treated differently from everybody by dressing nicer?
If I went in, say, to a better store in sneakers and sweatpants, I would not be treated the same way if I walked in, dressed like this.
I would probably judge somebody too if they came dressing like this versus now when I see white shoes, we were just joking about it. Like, we're gonna be like, oh, these people don't know how to dress. Like, they think they're doing something they're not. Now, Amanda was really knowledgeable about all things fashion. She told me things that blew every preconceived notion I had about style. So what's like an accessory that you feel like can be used more in outfits that is kind of like underrated perhaps, and it can really help to like bolster and clean up a bit?
Pocket square.
Pocket square?
I started ready to wear pocket square.
Oh, you have pocket squares?
Pocket squares.
All right, so let me see this pocket square now.
Traditional pocket square. Most men will futz with this. They'll be like, oh, it doesn't look right. And then plain. So I was doing this in the purpose of trying to so
Oh, it retains its shape.
right, the look this in your pocket.
Oh, so honestly, I expected this to be pretty useful, but I walked away with a lot of learnings that we got chat to Amanda. That was a lot of fun. It was kind of good. It kind of shattering my worldview of fashion. I mean, I can see my celebrities and stuff. I'm just like, why not? Very cool, but now it's time to go to the next exclusive experience. I figured I couldn't do this video without visiting the most exclusive restaurant in the entire world, but definitely the Jersey. Yeah. So, it's the number one best restaurant in all of New York City. It's Tatiana. Now, Tatiana is like a Jamaican-inspired, American-ish fusion food. I've heard a lot of good things about this. However, it is impossible to get a reservation. Most recently, I think Drake released a new album and paid for everybody to big and just like an impossible reservation to get. To kind of show this in practice, so you could see just like every day, there's nothing. You basically have to wait 30 days as soon as the reservations drop, because they drop every 30 days, which means, for instance, let's say you want a table on March 1st, you basically have to wait until on February 1st. Get the reservation. Impossible. You have to get to get it. Luckily, though, I got it. That's right. I got a reservation to the number one restaurant, and I will be going very soon, actually. So you're going to do that entire thing. I'm really excited to try it. I don't know what's going to ultimately happen. All right, guys. I kid you not. I missed my reservation to the number one restaurant. At 7 p.m. So I was entering the city. It was around 7:30, and I get a call from Tatiana. They said, "Hey, are you here?" I said, "No, not until 8. I'll probably get there a couple minutes early." And they said, "Oh, you're an hour late, that means." And they were basically about to take away the table, and they were going to give it to somebody off the wait list, and my world was shattered. I thought that I was going to lose out on the greatest experience I could have had, but miraculously, the general manager was somehow able to pull a table out of thin air, and she just said to come around 9:30, so 2.5 hours later, and we were able to get accommodated. All right, so we've arrived at Tatiana. It's behind me. It's actually in the Lincoln Center in Manhattan, so it's a pretty big building. I'm not sure where it is, but this is the number one restaurant in all of New York City, maybe the world. Some of the hardest reservations you can get. So we're about to go inside. Hopefully we have a pretty good seat and have some good food, because this is where celebrities eat. Let's do it. Now, when we got inside, we were waiting for our table, and this is when the general manager came up to us, and she was awesome. She gave me her card. She was super sweet, and she told us all about Tatiana. We were really excited to now eat. Menu's right here. Really nice ambiance around us. I'm excited to eat. We met with the general manager, so I think it's going to be a really good time. Shout out to Darnell. Thank you for accommodating us. And when we walked in, the vibe was great. I mean, this place is attached to the Lincoln Center and the Met, so it's like you got the opera people kind of pouring out, so you can see them as you're eating. But I mean, look at this place. It was honestly a really cool spot. Very wide glass of wine here. Very healthy pour. But now we were ready to eat. And when I tell you the flavor of this food was pristine, I really mean it. The appetizers alone, I'd probably give like a 9.5 out of 10 in total. Like, really flavorful in every dish. We got like 6 different ones, just really good all throughout. We had these goat patties. We had this really cool fried okra dish that was like kind of like French fries, but a little bit better. All right, we just finished the appetizer. Super flavorful. flavorful, honestly, really good. We got like 7 different. I'm sure you saw the montage of what I just ate. Really solid. Now we just got fresh silverware and plates, and we are about to eat the main dishes. We have 3 coming. I'm very optimistic. So far, really good. I can see why celebrities go here. And then it was time for their main. And for this, we got their signature dish, which was the oxtail, which was incredible. This is the softest meat I've ever had in my life. Like, it just falls off the bone. I don't know if it's considered tender or what, but I don't know the word for it, but it's very good. It's like butter. It's crazy. And then after that, we had a chicken and rice dish that was also pretty solid. We ended things by having their bodega special, which is like this cosmic brownie dessert, and then paired with these like powdered donuts because it's like reminiscent of the main chef when he was in New York City, because he'd go to bodegas and that would be his order. So really cool touch. I mean, this wasn't my absolute favorite, but I think everything else made up for it. So overall, I mean, really great experience once again. I can see why it's so exclusive, and ultimately I'm glad I got to go. Shout out to Tatiana. The next thing we're taking a look at is quite possibly the most exclusive app in the entire world that literally only famous people can go on, and that is the dating app Raya. So if you haven't heard of Raya, don't blame yourself, because only famous people know about this. Basically, you have to verify that you're famous or that you're rich. They have a bunch of followers, and then once you are, then you're basically allowed on the app, and then you can start swiping among other celebrities. So if you ever thought to yourself, wait, why do so many famous people date other famous people? It's because they're all in the same pool, just intermingling through this app called Raya. Now, I'm obviously a very happy, engaged man, so I have no interest in truly going on this. However, for the sake of content, and because I got approval from my fiance, shout out to Kirsten, thank you, I will be going on Raya right now. Alright, so here we go. Phone verification. Alright, so let me type this in, and let's see if we can get on this. Alright, here we go. What's your first name? Sam Bucha. What's your last name? Bucha. That's not true, but I don't want to give like my full government name. When were you born? It's kind of personal here. What's your Instagram? What did you like to know? I think it's Sambucha Lul. Where do you live? Okay, this is getting a little bit intense. New Jersey. Where are you from? Oh my god. New Jersey. What do you do for work? YouTuber. Where do you work? I'm putting entrepreneur. Alright, submitting my application. Let's see. I don't know if they're going to automatically accept me or what, but let's check it out. We've received your application and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Okay, so great. So my application is officially submitted, so I'll come back once they get back to me. Hopefully they approve me and we can start to see who's on this app. This will be a lot of fun. So hopefully we have a positive update. You'll know probably right now. Alright guys, so I have some bad news. It's been about 2 weeks or so and Raya did not get back to me, so it looks like I was not accepted onto the platform. I guess I'm not famous enough or exclusive enough for that. However, I did find a couple of behind the scenes videos that we could take a look at, and also we found some celebrities who actually are on Raya, so it's kind of cool to see.